Good morning, students. In our last classes, we have seen about various criteria for the similarity of two triangles. Today, we will be seeing or moving to our next section, finding the relation between the areas of similar triangles. Okay, so let us move. See, our section is here. 6.5 areas of similar triangles. Is there any relation between the areas of similar triangles? Let us see. The relation is stated in the form of theorem 6.6. What does it say? The ratio of the areas of two similar triangles is equal to the square of the ratio of their corresponding sides. Okay, the ratio of the areas of two similar triangles. Okay, suppose there are two similar triangles, and first of all we are finding their areas, and then the ratio of those two areas is equal to square of the ratio of their corresponding sides. That is, of course, since they are similar, they have corresponding sides. And again, we are taking the ratio of those two sides. And then the theorem states the area of those two similar triangles will be equal to the square of their corresponding ratio of their corresponding sides. Let us see what does this theorem imply to you. Let us see. We are given two triangles ABC and PQR such that ABC is similar to triangle PQR. So look here, we have ABC is here, triangle PQR is here, and you are given directly that these two triangles are similar. Okay, so now let us see how we can prove that, or what we want to prove. We want to prove that area of triangle ABC divided by area of triangle PQR is equal to AB. See, if I'm taking this side, okay, then the corresponding side here is PQ. Similarly, if I'm taking AC here, corresponding side here is PR. Similarly, BC corresponds QR. So what does it state? Area of area of ABC divided by area of PQR is equal to AB by PQ whole square, which is equal to AC by PR whole square, which is equal to BC by QR whole square. That is what we want to prove. See here there is square. It was the typing error. Okay, now this is what we want to prove. So first of all, this is our LHS, that is area. We know that to find the area of a triangle we need altitude, so we are constructing altitudes. Clear? That's why we have constructed altitudes AM and PM. So now we can find what is the area of triangle ABC. You know that what is the area of a general triangle? Half into base into altitude. So we are applying it directly. That is, area of triangle ABC is equal to half into base, that is BC, into height AM. Okay. Similarly, what is the height of area of triangle PQR? Area is equal to half into QR into PN. Okay. So that's all right. Now we want to divide these two terms, area of ABC divided by area of PQR. So that half gets cancelled and the remaining term is BC into AM by QR into PN. And we are calling it as equation 1. Clear? Okay. Now we know that we want to find the LHS. How we are going to form a relation like that? In order to do that, we are considering these two triangles, that is triangle ABM and a triangle PQN. And we are trying to prove that these two triangles are similar. Okay, if they are similar, of course their corresponding angles should be equal. I mean proportional, not equal. They should be proportional. So we can make use of some ideas. So how we can prove that these two triangles are similar? Can I say angle B is equal to angle Q? Of course I can say that, because we are already given that the whole triangle ABC is similar to the bigger triangle PQR. So angle B is equal to angle Q. Now angle AMB is equal to angle PNQ. It's obvious because it is forming 90 degree. Fine. So by using AA criterion, we can say that triangle ABM is similar to triangle PQN. So these two triangles are similar, which means the corresponding sides are proportional. So we are writing AB by PQ is equal to BC by QR is equal to CA by RP. See, that is what we have seen here. Now we want a square of it. So let us see how we can form that. So we are calling it as equation 3, and one more thing is there. See, here we have seen that triangle ABM is congruent to triangle PQN. So we can write AM by PN is equal to AB by PQ. That is AM by PN is equal to AB by PQ. Clear? And you are directly given that triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR, right? So we can say the corresponding sides are proportional. That is AB by PQ is equal to BC by QR is equal to CA by RP. And we are calling it as equation 3. Now, consider area of ABC by area of triangle PQR. We have, as per our equation 1, see, it is BC into AM by QR into PN. But what is AM by PN? We can write it as, instead of that, we can write it as AB by PQ. So that's why we are written AB by PQ into this AM by PN. Okay, clear? That is AM by PN is written likewise, but instead of this BC by QR, we are writing AB by PQ. Okay, but actually what is AM by PN? Look here, by equation 2 itself, we can say that AM by PN is equal to AB by PQ. So AB by PQ into AB by PQ, which gives us AB by PQ whole squared. So we have seen that area of triangle ABC divided by area of triangle PQR is equal to AB by PQ whole squared. Similarly, by using our this equation 3, we can find that the area of two similar triangles is equal to the ratio of corresponding sides square. Okay, so is this theorem, the proof of this theorem clear to you? Okay, so now let us see. Let us do some example. In example 9, in figure 6.43. Okay, see, the line segment XY is parallel to side AC of triangle ABC. See, you are given that XY is parallel to AC. We are considering the triangle ABC, and it divides the triangle into two parts of equal areas. Okay, means the line segment divides the whole triangle's area into two equal parts, and we want to find the ratio AX by AB. We want to find AX divided by AB. Okay, so we can make use of this previous theorem. How we can make use of that previous theorem? Let us see. See, we have given that XY is parallel to AC. So I am asking you, are these two angles equal? Of course they are equal. Why they are equal? Corresponding angles. And similarly, are these two angles equal? Yes, these two angles are also equal. So by using AA criterion, we can say that which two triangles are similar? Triangle ABC is similar to triangle XBY. Okay, so by using AA similarity criterion, clear? Now, what does our previous theorem states? If two triangles are similar, then the ratio of their square, ratio of the corresponding sides square is equal, like that. Okay, so we are making use of that result here. That is area of triangle ABC divided by area of triangle XBY is equal to, we are taking AB by XB. That is our theorem. And you know why we have taken this side instead of any other sides? Because see here, in our question we are given this side, actually only this side. Don't worry about the remaining measurements, but still look at the side here. We want that side. That's why we have taken AB by XB whole square. So we are calling it as equation 1. Now you are given that area of triangle ABC is equal to 2 times area of triangle XBY. How we are saying so? Because the line XY divides the area of both these triangle equally. It is given in the question. See, it divides the triangle into two equal parts of it. Okay, so that's why we are saying that area of ABC, triangle ABC is equal to 2 times area of triangle XBY, which is given to you. Now we are taking this area of XBY here. So area of ABC by area of XBY is equal to 2 by 1. And this is equation number 2. Okay. So actually look here, the LHS is equal. So the RHS should also be equal. That is AB by XB whole square is equal to 2 by 1. Therefore AB by XB is equal to root 2 by 1. Now look at our question. Here AB is in the denominator, not in the numerator. So how can we make the AB which is in the numerator of this side denominator? Just take the reciprocal. Therefore, that's why we are writing XB by AB is equal to 1 by root 2. Now, see here, we are subtracting 1 from both sides. Okay. So no problem because the value remains unchanged. Therefore, 1 minus XB by AB is equal to 1 minus 1 by root 2. And now we are multiplying it. Therefore, AB minus XB by AB is equal to root 2 minus 1 by root 2. Now look here, what is AB minus XB? It is XA, right? So we can write AX by AB is equal to root 2 minus 1 by root 2. Or we can not to avoid that root 2, we can just multiply numerator and denominator by root or to rationalize. But this step is not necessary. You can stop till here also. Okay. Okay. So we have seen that AX by AB is equal to, the value of AX by AB is equal to root 2 minus 1 the whole divided by root 2. Clear? So this is how we are using our previously found theorem to solve problems. Okay. And you can make use of it actually when it is given to you to find the ratio, such kind of questions. How to identify where to use this theorem. I'm saying that. Okay. You can make use of it when it is given in the question saying that find the ratio, or regarding, or any question saying the areas of two similar triangles. Such kind of wordings. Look for such kind of wordings. See here also we have seen two parts of equal areas. Okay, two parts of equal areas. Keep that point in your mind. Okay. So now you have exercise 6.4. Only 9 questions are there. You can easily solve it just by directly applying this result here and do the exercises correct in day itself. Otherwise, it will be a burden for you. Don't make it a burden for yourself. Okay. So now we are going to see section 6.6, Pythagoras theorem. Okay. And during the beginning of this chapter itself, we have seen what we will be learning in this chapter. Okay, specifically we have been said that we will be learning a proof for Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so we are going to learn that. Now, remember one thing, the world famous Pythagoras theorem we are going to learn. Okay, so we are advancing to mathematics to the next level. Okay, so before going to prove this Pythagoras theorem, we need some results. Okay, let us see. Consider a right triangle ABC. Okay, ABC, and it is right angle to B. Let BD be a perpendicular to the hypotenuse. See, BD is a perpendicular to the hypotenuse. Fine. Okay. Now, in triangle ADB and triangle ABC, consider these two triangles. Now, what we are trying to prove? We are trying to prove these two triangles are similar. Let us see. Angle A is equal to angle A, and angle ADB is equal to angle ABC. Okay, we are saying angle ADB is equal to angle ABC. Therefore, we can say that triangle ADB is similar to the bigger triangle ABC. Okay, similarly, in the same manner, triangle BDC is similar to triangle ABC. Okay, because instead of this angle A, we are writing angle C. Angle C is common to both the triangles. Okay, that is the only matter. Fine. Now, from 1 and 2, triangles on both sides of the perpendicular BD are similar to the whole triangle ABC. We can find that. Okay, by for C, look that, take a right triangle and make a hypotenuse at the 90 degree, or make a perpendicular to the hypotenuse. Then the newly formed triangles will be similar to the bigger triangle. That's what we have seen here. Okay, also triangle ADB is similar to triangle ABC. Triangle ADB is similar to triangle ABC. We have seen that. Next, triangle BDC is similar to triangle ABC. Now, look, since the RHS are same, the LHS of this also should be similar. So we can say that triangle ADB is similar to triangle BDC. Okay, we are saying that I am calling this triangle as 1 and this is as 2. So the triangle 1 and the triangle 2 are similar. Okay, clear? That is just for a small result we will be using to prove Pythagoras theorem. Okay, let us see how we can make use of that in the Pythagoras theorem. So let us see theorem 6.7. If a perpendicular is drawn from the vertex of the right angle of a right angle to the hypotenuse, then the triangles on both sides of the perpendicular are similar to the whole triangle and to each other. This result we have proved now. Okay, so we don't need the proof. Okay, but we will be using this theorem to prove our Pythagoras theorem. So keep this theorem 6.7 in mind, especially for exams when you are asked to prove, state and prove Pythagoras theorem. You can write by theorem. Don't write by using theorem 6.7. Instead, you should state that theorem. If a perpendicular is drawn from the vertex, this is very easy. Is drawn from the vertex of right angle of a right triangle to the hypotenuse, then the two triangles formed on both sides of the perpendicular are similar to the whole triangle as well as similar to each other. See this condition. Okay, so now we are going to Pythagoras theorem. In a right triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of other two sides. Okay, let us see that in detail. We are given that triangle ABC is a right triangle and it is right angled at B like this. We want to prove that AC squared is equal to AB squared plus BC squared. Okay, so in order to prove that, since we want to make use of our theorem 6.7, we should draw BD perpendicular to AC. Okay, that is our aim. Then now we are applying our theorem 6.7. See, triangle ADB is similar to triangle ABC. Okay, so what we can say, the sides are proportional. Clear? Since the sides are proportional, we can write AD by AB. Okay, AD by AB is equal to AB by AC. Clear? We are taking in the same manner AD by AB. So that is for the first triangle. Then the next triangle, AD by AB. So we are taking AB again. Second case, AB by AC. Okay, clear? So we are cross multiplying it. We can see that AD into AC is equal to AB squared, and we are calling it as equation 1. Now similarly, in the same manner, triangle BDC is similar to triangle ABC. Again, we are making use of our theorem 6.7, and in the same manner they are similar. We can say that CD by BC is equal to BC by AC. Okay, and remember one thing, why we are taking this AB, and here also we have BC, because they are the sides of the bigger triangle. So we have here AB is here, BC is here. That's our aim. That's why we are taking this one. So CD into AC is equal to BC squared, and we are calling it as equation number 2. Now we are just adding equation 1 and equation number 2. So what we can see, AD into AC plus CD into AC is equal to AB squared plus BC squared. Now we have here common AC. We are taking common AC outside, so we can write AC into AD plus CD is equal to AB squared plus BC squared. And what is AD plus DC? What is AD plus DC? It is actually AC itself, right? So instead of AD plus CD, we can write AC into AC is equal to AB squared plus BC squared. So AC squared is equal to AB squared plus BC squared. So this is what we want to prove. Okay, this was the proof of our Pythagoras theorem. This is it looks very simple, but the only thing it is you should be remembering, main step is writing this one. Okay, or how we are writing this step. Clear? This is the only thing you may get confused. Okay, if once we just draw this, or once we just write these two steps or form equation 1 and 2, then there is nothing to prove, nothing difficult. Easily we can prove all that. Okay, clear? So we have seen the famous, world famous, and the most important theorem, one of the most important theorem in mathematics, Pythagoras theorem. In a right triangle, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. We have seen it and the proof. And I tell you, this is very, very important. Okay, learn the proof and by heart it. You already maybe by hearted it, but learn the proof also. Clear? So I think the next proof we can consider in the next class, I think, because today we have seen enough theorems. So I don't want to give you a burden. So in order to avoid that, I'm not going to prove that next theorem also. So in this class, today's class, we have seen areas of similar triangles, and we have seen that the ratio of areas of two similar triangles is equal to the square of the ratio of their corresponding sides. We have seen that. Okay. Now we have we have seen that proof. You can learn this proof as well. There it is very easy. Just we are forming some equations and all that, and try to uh, write it many times. Otherwise you may get forgot. You may forgot how this is came, why we are writing. Such kind of problems you may see. Okay, avoid that. In order to avoid that, just write this many times, at least 5 times in your rough book. Okay, and then we have used this theorem to solve some problems also. Okay, so that I have told you how we can, or when we can say that we can apply these theorems in this such kind of questions. See, look for the weightings, areas, then the ratios, such kind of thing. Okay, look and find such weightings. See here, ax by ab and equal areas. Such weightings are very helpful for you. Okay, so that you can identify these two weightings will help you to make use of this theorem. Then we have shown that theorem. Then we have I have given exercise 6.4 as homework. All of you complete it. If you have any doubt in regarding any other questions in solving this, you can ask me. Okay, no problem, but still all of you must complete it. Then we have go to our section 6.6 Pythagoras theorem, and for proving the Pythagoras theorem we need another but simple theorem. We need the help of that. If a perpendicular is drawn from the vertex of the right angle of a right triangle to the hypotenuse, then triangles on both sides of the perpendicular are similar to the whole triangle and to each other. Okay, we have seen this theorem and we are using this theorem to solve or to prove our Pythagoras theorem. Okay, we have seen the steps. The main the important step here is, first of all, we should be forming a line which is perpendicular to the hypotenuse and which is made at the right angle, and thus making use of theorem 6.7, we can say the sides are proportional. We should write it is these two steps. Okay, the equation 1 and equation 2 are the most important steps in forming the Pythagoras theorem. Okay, then you can see that just adding those two steps and we can see that AC squared is equal to AB squared plus BC squared, or we have just proved the Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so all of you should learn all the theorems and examples which we have studied today, and come into our next class, study prepared well. In the next class we will be learning our theorem 6.9 and some examples also, which is making use of the all the above facts. All the above facts means the different criterions we have seen for the similarity of triangles. Then we have seen the relation between the area of similar triangles. Then here now we have seen the Pythagoras theorem. So all such kind of things we will be using to prove some examples also. So if you want to do that or prove that, obviously you need all the knowledge which we have learned here. Okay, so prepare well, study well. Thank you.